welcome if you're new. It is Sunshine Lorena and this is weekly vlog number 16 guys, it's number 16. So one of my resolutions, reading goals, bookish goals, was that when I'm doing these weekly vlogs is to have some sort of like theme or goal or something, an aim for the week, and this week is going to be let's finish off my January TBR, guys, because I'm so close to finishing it off, and I know like next week is the last week of January, but if I get my January TBR done this week, then next week I can just mood read whatever I want. I don't know what I'll be reading next week, but if I get it done this week, then I'm pretty much free to read what I want next week, which would be fantastic. So books that I'm reading this week. So first of all, I am reading Death Row: The Final Minutes by Michelle Lyons. This is for Chloe's Crime Scene Corner book club hosted by Chloe Reads. And yes, I've already started this one this morning. I have almost finished the pages. So I've got this from Audiobook from my library. I've almost finished today's section because she always like dedicates a week that if you want, we can all read along together. I quite enjoy it because then you put your thoughts in the group, like on Discord, and you chat about what you've read. So it's across 6 days this time. So I'll finish this one on Saturday. And yeah, so in 12 years, Michelle Lyons witnessed nearly 300 executions, first as a reporter and then as a spokesperson for the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. Michelle was a frequent visitor to Huntsville Walls Unit, where she recorded and relayed the final moments of death row inmates' lives before they were put to death by the state. I'm not going to go through the synopsis, but that's like the general gist. I was really intrigued to pick this one up, just to kind of see what that perspective is, as someone who actually witnessed it and was close to these people who were put on death row, just to see what happened in those final moments. And yes, so far interesting. We've just kind of seen how she got into this in the first place and those kind of first few times. So yeah, it's definitely interesting. And I think being from the UK, this isn't something that we really know that much about. So yeah, it's interesting from that perspective, just seeing her opinions, etc. And this Huntsville Walls Unit apparently it's like where the most executions that happen in the world. So yeah, super interesting. The second one, which you would have already seen me starting, is The New Girl by Ruthieland. This is an arc. It gets released on the 25th of January, so I do need to read it and put my review up because I've got it from NetGalley. To read and give my honest opinions on it. So I'm only just a couple chapters into it, and according to my Kindle, it says I have 3 hours, like 25 minutes left. So it seems like a quick read. So yeah, we're just getting to kind of get the setup of like what's going on. So nothing too much. There has been like a little prologue scene, and it's interesting. I don't know if it's linked to our main character or if it's linked to someone else in the story, because there's been hints of something that's happened to our main character. So interesting, definitely interesting. So in this one, behind your dream life hides the perfect nightmare. I couldn't believe it when I got the call to offer me my dream job. It was right in the heart of the city with a flat provided. I jumped at the chance. Within days I'd made new friends and I'm dating a wonderful man. For the first time in years, I feel safe. It's a world away from the life I ran from, but soon strange things begin to happen in my flat. Odd noises in the night, the feeling that I'm being watched. When I discover an old dress hidden behind my wardrobe and wear it to work, the atmosphere chills instantly. The dress belonged to a girl who my boss would rather forget, the girl before me who vanished without a trace. I tell myself not to worry, that I'm just imagining things, but when a young woman arrives on my doorstep, she warns me to leave my new life behind. She tells me there are more girls like me and we are more connected than I could have ever imagined. Then I come face to face with the reason I ran all those years ago, and it soon becomes clear someone knows my secret and they'll do anything to keep me silent. So yeah, that's the general premise of this one. So she hasn't had that offer yet about the dream job, and like I said, there has been hints of something that's happened in the past. So we know that she was in London previously, and then something's quickly happened, which we don't know what it is, and she ended up going back home in Dorset. So we've just kind of seen her life in Dorset. She's been applying for jobs. She has a boyfriend, but they've just broken up because she realised that their lives are going in two different directions. You know, he's quite happy to stay there, wants to get married, have kids, etc. And she's less like, I want to go and live my life. I want to, you know, get a career. So she wants to go back to London. So she hasn't gotten this offer yet. So we're not in London yet. So it's still like in the setup stage. So far so good. So let's see how it goes. But it seems like it's going to be a quick read, which I do enjoy. And then the last one that's on my January TBR is Murder in Orient Express by Agatha Christie. I read my first Christie back in November, which was And There Were None. You know, doing all the famous ones, guys. But I do want to read them in some sort of order. However, because Murder in the Orient Express is like snowy atmosphere, I wanted to read it in winter, even though we've not had snow. But I wanted to read it in winter just for the vibes. So after this one, I'm going to try and read them in order when I read them. I'm not a fan of the movie cover edition, guys, but I got from the charity shop, so, you know. So this is the Hercule Poirot story, detective one, but it's not one of the early ones. It's like partway through. Yeah, it's quite a bit of the way into the series. So it's not the first one, but it's one of our most famous ones. It takes place on a train, and the train gets stopped because it's during like a snowstorm. Yeah, it's stopped in its tracks by snowdrift, and a passenger lies dead in his compartment, stabbed a dozen times, his door is locked from the inside. Isolated by the storm and with a killer in their midst, and Detective Hercule Poirot must identify the prime suspect from a scornful and impatient array of passengers before the murder decides to strike again. So yeah, it's one of our most famous. I'm looking forward to it. I love a good murder mystery. I'm trying to work out who was responsible. Can I get the clues? We will see. But I'll pick that up after I finish like the New Girl. Just, yeah, because I already have 2 on the go, guys, you know. And I feel like a murder mystery, I need to be fully in there. In a thriller, you need to be fully in there. And I'm going to stop talking now because I've been speaking for absolute ages. I'm going to start work, and yeah, I'll catch up with you later on when I have more of an update. And I'll catch up with you later. And yes, in terms of a reading update, I'm 22% of the way through the New Girl, and yes, it's quick, short chapters. I'm already on like I'm going into chapter 9 now, so it's like really quick, fast paced. Still lots of mystery, not that much in terms of the plots going on. I feel like there's still a lot of building going on, and we're learning little bits and pieces about our main character. So yes, intriguing at the moment. Let's see where it goes. Yeah. And then I also finished my chapters for Death Row today. I listened to an audiobook, and yeah, really, really intriguing at the moment. Just kind of learning how she got into everything. And yeah, that's kind of it in terms of reading. I've really not done that much this evening. Did boring like house stuff, like doing like my washing and cooking and stuff, and I remembered that I need to still edit my vlog from last week, which will be going up on a Wednesday. So I've just kind of loaded everything onto my memory stick and started putting the files on iMovie, but I'll do proper editing tomorrow and actually finish it off so I can get it up on Wednesday. And yes, and like, you know, with my reading, I'm finding today I've not read as much as I thought it was, and I think I'm having a little bit of book hangover because I finished The Poppy War yesterday, which was my first 5-star, and it was just amazing, guys. It was amazing. So I think I have a slight, yeah, like book hangover. Book hangover, sorry. Yeah, slightly. Because yeah, it was such a good book, guys. It was such a good book. But yeah, I'm gonna get on with some reading. I'm gonna get all nice and cozy at bed, read before I go to sleep, and yeah, that's kind of it at the moment. Not a very exciting day, but tomorrow is a new day. It's a new day, and hopefully I'll be into my reading a little bit more. And like I said, we need to get that vlog edited tomorrow so we have it up for Wednesday. So yeah, good night, sweet dreams, guys, and I will speak to you in the morning. Tuesday evening. Yes, it's Tuesday evening, so I haven't spoken to you since yesterday evening. So reading updates, guys. The New Girl, I am 34% of the way through now. I didn't read that much today of it because I had the editing of my video, which I'm uploading now, guys, so it'll be up tomorrow. But yes, I'm only 34% of the way through. And yes, I think yesterday when I did my update, I don't think I mentioned at all, like, the ex-boyfriend Charlie. Like, I can totally forget mentioning yesterday, but he is something, guys. He is not a good guy. He's giving off these vibes. So yeah, he's not been mentioned the last few bits, but yeah, he's like a nasty piece of work, you know. His bad side's coming out of him after like their breakup. So yeah, I'm glad that Sophie got out of that. And yeah, she's in London now, and there's definitely some creepy vibes going on, like where she's living in this like flat provided by the company. It's all a bit creepy and like weird. Something's off, you know. So it's like a flat provided by the company. She doesn't pay rent, which is odd, you know. And then she didn't know that anyone had lived there before, but she slowly found out, but like there was somebody, and then who it was, and other bits and pieces, and it's all a bit off and weird, and something's going on, and there's some creepy vibes, which I enjoy. So yeah, I do feel like I'm flying through it, and yeah, 34% of the way through. So yeah, I'm getting through it at a really good place. And then Death Row, I finished the chapters for today, and yes, I'm listening to audiobook now. I know some of the other people in the Discord are saying like they're having a hard time getting on with like some of the writing and things, but I don't know if it's because it does feel like there's something a little bit off in the way it's being told, and I don't know if it's because how it's being told, in the sense that you expect, because it's about Death Row, I don't know, you expect it to be a little bit more like, I don't know, like I feel like I wouldn't be able to handle it. And I don't know if it's just that Michelle is very good at compartmentalizing. I can't say that word. I don't know if Michelle's like just really good at being able to kind of divide that off in her life, and she was able to like cope and kind of put it to a side. And I don't know why, if that's the way that it's coming across in the writing, that you'd expect there to be more, I don't know, empathy. I don't know if that's what I want to say, but do you know what I mean? And you're also, which I didn't know from the synopsis, you didn't know, we're also getting bits from Larry. I thought it was just Michelle, but Larry, who's also working in the prison system with her, so you're getting bits and pieces and like from a slightly different perspective as well. It is really interesting, because yeah, I do find it really interesting. It's just, yeah, I couldn't do it, guys. I could not do that job. And also, if you can hear a noise, I don't know if this is picking up, it's my dishwasher. But yes, that's it in terms of reading. Like I said, I was mainly editing, so that's done. And yeah, I'm still really tired. I feel like I'm still like catching up on my sleep. And yes, because it's like, guys, it's really embarrassing what time is it? It's like 20 to 9. It's not even like late yet. I think I'm gonna get cozy in bed and comfy and just power through reading The New Girl, because I am enjoying it. Like I said, it's good pace, good short chapters, which I think helps with getting that pacing going. So yeah, I think it's a decent thriller arc. I'm enjoying it, and I've been missing my thrillers, you know. I do enjoy a good thriller, and yes, I don't think I mentioned this, but this was like the first one that I actually got approved for, because before I'd just been doing like Read Now ones, or I hadn't been approved for ones I applied for. So this is the first one I applied for and I actually got it. So yeah, I'm super happy, and hopefully that means it's like the start of like, you know, me getting arcs that I apply for. Let's see. I hadn't basically read that many anyway before, and I haven't done that many, so I didn't have like a good like kind of profile, I suppose, of like reviewing arcs. And yeah, and then Cobra Kai, guys, I'm making my way through it. I feel like I'm watching about an episode or two a day, so we are coming up to the end of the season soon, but I just enjoy Cobra Kai, such a good show. And yeah, that's kind of it. That's it in terms of my updates, and I will catch you tomorrow. little reading update. So the New Girl, guys, I'm now like 60% of the way through. I'm reading this morning before work, which I'm going to go and start just now. But yes, I basically don't trust anyone now. Like, I feel like there were some characters in this that I was a bit distrusting of, but I think it's just grown the more I'm reading. So I mean, there's things going on, like I said, there's strange things happening, and it definitely feels like, you know, there's somebody always close by. Is it her being paranoid, or if there's always somebody kind of around? There's some creepy elements, and you're like, who is it? And I don't trust anyone now. And at the end of that chapter I just read, there was something like a discovery of something, and it's like, why do I always like end on a bit of like a cliffhanger when I have to go and work, which is annoying because I'm not going to find out until later on exactly what happened. But there's something else that also happened in this section to our main character Sophie. But yeah, I don't trust anyone anymore. Like, I don't trust any of them. It's very intriguing, very fast paced. Like I said, already at 60%. I think it says I have about an hour 45 minutes left, according to the Kindle reading time. So yeah, super intrigued, guys, now. Definitely building up, because up until this up until about the 50% point, I was just like, yeah, this is fine. Little bits of mystery elements, but like I said, there's been like 2 kind of incident things that have happened now, and it's definitely getting intriguing, so I think it's gonna pick up. And yeah, and then Death Row, I've not listened to it that much this morning, but in the Discord chat, quite a few people mentioned this, and I kind of agree. I find some of it a bit, the way they speak, the way, I don't know, there was like in yesterday's section, there was a bit like where like they were talking about how they like had this like making jokes and stuff, and I suppose it's their way of coping, but some of it's a bit jarring considering the topic that we're discussing. And then sometimes they feel really like empathetic or sympathetic to some of the inmates that are going to death row. You get like, you know, they really get their story, and other times they just don't, and it's just all a bit confusing all over the place. And Chloe did make a point in the Discord, is that she doesn't get what we're actually getting from each chapter. Yes, there's usually like some sort of like a point to the chapter that you're trying to like, this chapter is about X, Y, Z, like this is what you're finding out, but it doesn't feel like that. It seems like we're just getting almost like a chronological order, because it seems like as she's going through the process, how you know, she got into it, and then like different death row cases. She obviously can't write about all of the ones that she witnessed, and yeah, they feel a bit like emotionally detached, but I suppose in that line of work you have to be. It's interesting, in this section just there was like talking about how, you know, there's like different rooms, like one with like the family of the inmate, and then like the victim's family, and I just couldn't imagine either going to watch a loved one be killed, because like you know, or the victim's family. And I suppose if you're not in that situation, you don't know, but still, even if you know, something had happened to somebody I cared about, I don't think I could watch another person's life be like taken from them. So it's definitely interesting to see these different elements. But she said like how the victim family, the walls are thin, and then if the inmates like family is there, and like, you know, there's like a mother like on the banging on the window like crying, they'd hear it, and that must be awful, because like you're getting your justice, but at the same time they're losing somebody they love, and it just sounds awful. Very intriguing though, just hearing this different process. And yes, I'll need to finish that later on and finish, you know, get going with the New Girl, because I am super intrigued. But yes, off to work now. My little commute, not that much of a commute, literally walking to a desk. And yeah, that's it. I'll catch up with you later on. So it is evening now. I finished work, just went to the shops to get some toiletries because I needed them, and I'm going to dedicate most of this evening to reading. So I read a little bit of The New Girl on my lunch break, and yes, I'm enjoying it. I know it's not going to be 5-star or anything, but I am enjoying it. I feel like I know who it is, you know when you just, I feel like when I read thrillers I always think I know, but I never actually know because I'm never right. But this time I think I'm right, because it's one of those ones where I feel like you're trying to make me think it's this person, but this other person, they're really off, like, you know, and maybe it's just because I've read a lot of thrillers like this, I don't know, but I think I'm still enjoying it. So even if it does turn out to be that person, you know, it's right now I'm sitting at a 3-star. It just really depends kind of what happens in this last, I'm about 70% of the way through now, so the last 30% just depends what happens, because I feel like there's still other mysteries, but I feel like I've worked it out at this point. I just feel like it's been slightly too obvious, but like I said, I've still been enjoying the journey, you know, I've not like hated it or anything, so let's see how it ends. But right now we're sitting at a 3-star, which is really good. And so I was just like checking my like emails and, you know, having a look at NetGalley, and I got approved for my second arc that is in a read now, so I'm super happy. So this is 7 Minutes by Bonnie Christler, and yeah, like I said, I got it from NetGalley, and it's also, the publisher is Canelo, Publishing. So yes, in this one, on the cover, it says 2 women walk into the lift, one walks out alive. So this one's coming out in February the 17th, and it is on like my list of ones I was looking at as like doing for my anticipated reads in February, because I started it now for this year. That's what I want to do. So yes, I'm so excited that I got this one. So I mean, it just sounds really good. So I am looking forward to reading that one when I get to it, and super excited. Like I said, one of my Feb anticipated releases, so that is super exciting. But yes, like I said, I want to dedicate a good chunk of this evening to reading and finishing off The New Girl, because I'm so close. I can feel it. I can do it, guys. I can do it. That's it for the plans, guys. That's it for my plans. And yes, we are gonna get The New Girl done, and then when I'm making dinner, I will finish hopefully my chapters for Death Row today. And yeah, that's it, and I will give you an update later or tomorrow, just depends if I will finish that book. So you will get an update this evening. Yes, guys, you will. So first of all, watched episode 9 of Cobra Kai, and on a cliffhanger, like there's one more episode left, but it's like 50 minutes, so I think I'm gonna leave it for tomorrow. I'm gonna leave it last episode, but it's so intriguing to see how it ends. But anyway, reading, I finished my chapters for Death Row, and today's ones were far more what's the best way to describe it? I feel like Michelle showed a lot, she was less detached. You got a lot more details and a little bit more connections to certain cases. And then also we saw the case of Napoleon Beasley, who committed the crime at 17, and he was sentenced to the death penalty and was executed at 25. And yes, as part of it, you got to, well, because I was listening to audiobook, so you read his final statement, and yeah, he sounded so like remorseful, and you know, essentially it's just like, you know, you're basically saying that people can't change. They can, you know, it's like it's a tough case really, because he sounded so remorseful, and you know, it's one of those things where like I just don't see the sense of somebody kills someone, so the solution is to kill them. And he did sound like at the end he changed in that statement, and he committed the crime when he was 17, and he was sentenced to death at 25. And you saw bits and pieces of how like the other prisoners connected with them, and you know how the people within the system connected with him, and that he, you know, was trustworthy. They trusted him to do certain tasks, like when they were doing like jobs, etc., because he got to do jobs in prison, and it kind of sounded like he had changed. So yeah, it's just, and then I did, you know, do some like looking up afterwards, and I saw that 3 years afterwards, they basically had a case where they ended up overturning like the law and changing it that if somebody committed a crime under the age of 18, they wouldn't get the death penalty. And that was just, you know, it was a few years after he died, that they changed that. So yeah, today's chapters were much more emotional, and yeah, it's a tough one with death penalty, definitely. But I am finding quite an interesting read, and I feel like, yeah, like I said, Michelle's coming across less detached from the situation, and I don't know if it's because it's kind of going, I feel like it's going through a bit of chronological order. I feel like maybe the longer she's in the job, the more it was getting to her as well. So that's interesting. So yeah, we'll see where it's gonna go. But it's definitely an interesting read. And it's interesting to find out all these other bits and pieces of information. Because I don't know that much about the whole system. So it's really interesting. I finished The New Girl as well. I finished it and I was partly right in my guess, not completely right, but I was partly right. And yes, I didn't completely get it, which I'm glad, because then it meant that there was still this other bit of like, oh, twist, didn't see that coming. A little bits and pieces, and I thought it was a good ending. So I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars, because that last like 30% definitely just tipped it up a little bit. So I did enjoy it, good ending. I need to write a review now and put it up in NetGalley. But yeah, no, I did enjoy it, and it's coming out next week. So when my vlog is up, roundabout, it should be out. So yeah, I think it was a definitely enjoyable thriller, which means that, I mean, I still have Death Row obviously going on, but I'm sticking to the buddy read days, which means today's Wednesday and I'm going to be picking up my last book of my January TBR, guys, and that is Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. So yes, I'll be picking this up. The writing is not too small in this edition, and I don't think it's a big book anyway. It's 274 pages. So I should be able to get this done by Sunday, which would be good. And then next week, I can read what I want. I mean, I can always read what I want, but I mean, I don't have any books from my TBR that's kind of sat there like kind of looking at me like, you said you were gonna read me. So yeah, that would be nice. And yeah, that's it for me at the moment. And yeah, I'm just gonna get comfy, chill, and I think, you know, it'll be good to read this after finishing those Death Row chapters for today's one to read something else. And yeah, that is it. I will speak to you tomorrow. Maybe you'll get as much updates from me tomorrow as you did today, because if today I felt like I spoke a lot. But yeah, let's see how it goes, and yeah, looking forward to this. So it is Thursday. I just had lunch. So today's my short day. I mentioned my vlog last week, but if you didn't see, I work a little bit extra each day, and I only work 4 hours on a Thursday, so I have the afternoon off, which is fantastic. So I just had lunch, which is really good, and I watched the last episode of Cobra Kai of the season, and it was so good, guys, so good. I absolutely love that show. If you don't watched it, highly recommend. And there is going to be another season, and it's going to be so good, guys. It's going to be so good, amazing. But reading updates, guys. Reading. So Murder on the Orient Express. So I'm on page, let me check, 59, chapter 7, which is going to be the body. So you know, we've at that point that the person has been murdered. That's the point where I'm in the book. So I think I mentioned, might not have, I've only read And They Were None by Agatha Christie, which is a standalone murder mystery. I'm gonna get more comfortable, guys. It's a standalone murder mystery. This obviously is part of the Hercule Poirot. I'm so bad at French, sorry. Series. He's a detective, if you don't know. This is, I don't know, this is like book 10, 11 or something around there of the series. So he is like an established detective at this point, but I don't feel like there's no mention of previous cases. Maybe you just got to know him a little bit better at the beginning. but I love him as a character. Like, he is just, he's so good. And oh, where is it? He made like a comment, like earlier on, like quite early on, and he was like, oh, no, that's not why. I don't like your face. That's why I'm not going to do it. It's just like, yes, yes. I mean, people just need to be more honest sometimes. So yeah, love that. So I think he's like a great character. I'm really enjoying his characterization. I've got good feelings about this one, and there were none I gave 5 stars because I think it was a fantastic murder mystery, how it all panned out. But I almost feel like at this initial stage of this one, I'm enjoying this more. Doesn't mean that I like and there were none any less. I just feel like this has immediately like pulled me in, and I don't know if it's because the way it's been done in a detective way. But yeah, I do want to go back to the start of the series of his books and read through. But yeah, really enjoying this. I'm listening to an audiobook on Scribd as well, and I really like the narrator. He is doing like a French accent for Hercule Poirot. I'm really bad at pronouncing it. He's doing a French accent for him. Plus, the whole like cast of characters in this murder mystery are from various different countries, so he's doing like accents for everyone, and he's really bringing it alive. I'm really enjoying it. It's really fun. It's a really fun one, and yeah, like I said, I've got good feelings about this one, how it was going to end up. And yeah, we're at that stage where, like I said, the body's been found, but leading up to that, you were getting his kind of observations of how he was like seeing all the other passengers on the train, what he thought about them, and they're all very different. Everyone's very mysterious, and they obviously all have something. You can tell it's one of those things that you don't know who's going to be. Although I think I can definitely rule out one person, I think, because it doesn't seem as likely it was that person. But anyway, really enjoying it, and that's it. I am going to go and do some food shopping because I need to do that. I'll need to do some cleaning and stuff, and then when I'm doing cleaning, I'll listen to like the audiobook. But yeah, I'm gonna go and do that. It's another beautiful day, guys. Gonna do all that stuff, so I probably won't read until this evening. Need to wash my hair, so many things to do. So yeah, probably not gonna read until this evening. But yes, so much fun, so enjoyable, and recommend. So far, I would say definitely recommend. Agatha Christie is 100% the queen of murder mysteries, and this is just, it's fantastic so far. I'm really enjoying it. And that's it from me, and I will catch up with you later on. Evening, guys. So yes, my hair is different. I washed it today, and I've just put it in some twists because I'm going to do a twist out, and I'll take them out like tomorrow, Saturday. I did my food shopping, did cleaning, did washing, like lots of adulting, and I did not film the video that I said I was going to film today because I got back from the shops and I was like, oh, I can't be bothered, and I still had all that other stuff to do. However, while I was doing all that other stuff, I was listening to Death Row again, and I accidentally went ahead a chapter in the Body Reads, but you know, whatever, it's fine. And yeah, still super interesting, and definitely, you know, learning a lot more about Michelle, and you're starting to see how she started to get affected by obviously having the job that she had, having to, you know, witness people being executed. Like, it's, yeah, you could see how it was like, yeah, taking its toll on her, and how, you know, she probably wasn't dealing with everything that she should have. Because yeah, I definitely know that I couldn't do that job. I think it's a lot. And yeah, I think there's lots of interesting information as well. I have not read any more of Murder on the Orient Express yet. I'm going to be doing that this evening. I'm just going to get nice and comfy and warm in bed, and yeah, just sit down and read. And that's it. I'm tired because I woke up like at 10 to 6 this morning for no reason. So I woke up way earlier than I should have, and it's hitting me. So yeah, we're gonna get nice and comfy, and then probably have an early night's sleep. And hopefully tomorrow, this is still a bit damp, hopefully my hair will come out nice. I will, yeah, speak to you tomorrow. guys, yes, I still have my hair in the twists. I will take them out tomorrow, got them tied back. I'm waiting for my pizza. It's been like an hour. I really hope this is really good. I hope it's, you know, like my new favourite gluten-free pizza, or like up there, you know. But anyway, reading, I finished my chapters for Death Row, and we just had like the section where like she's kind of telling us about her job. I don't want to really say too much because like I know it's non-fiction and maybe you could just Google and find out, but yeah, I don't want to ruin it. But it was quite a good section. I enjoyed the writing in this, finding a little bit more about also that was going on in her own life, whilst obviously she is doing this super tough job. And yeah, and I think people really do just assume that she was okay, and it's just like, you know, she's witnessing something really horrible. But yeah, don't see too much. In terms of A Murder on Orient Express, I am on page 150, The Evidence of Miss Debenham. So I'm more than halfway through now ish, but I'm really enjoying it, guys. It's just we're meeting like everyone like individually in each chapter, and he's like asking them questions, trying to figure it out. We're not at a stage that you're like, yeah, it must be them. It's very all mysterious. I'm really enjoying the writing, really enjoying the character of Hercule Poirot. I've probably butchered that again, but yes, enjoying it. And yes, my pizza. He said it's going to be here in 10 minutes. And I want to eat my pizza. We're watching MasterChef Italia. So, you know, pizza, appropriate, guys, appropriate. And that's it for the moment. I might read a little bit later on, but there's not going to be much of an update tonight, so I will catch up with you tomorrow. But next up is going to be the pizza. Is it delicious? Is it not? Let's see next up. So I finished Death Row earlier today. I'm giving it 2.5. I just felt like the synopsis didn't really fully tell us what the book was about. I was expecting something else from the synopsis. I felt like at the end there, like she kind of went off on a bit of a rant about the JC, oh, I can't remember the initials, the TDJC that was employing her in the prison. I felt like she went off on a bit of a like a rant and about her employer. Some things happened which, you know, I get, but I just felt like that kind of took over a little bit there at the end when it's supposed to be about, like, you know, I thought it was going to be more about the system and more about specific cases that she witnessed, and there was those details, but it was more like a diary for her during that time. Also, like the writing, it wasn't quite, I don't know, there was something a bit odd that I never quite got with the writing, and it was just odd considering that she was a journalist before, so you think it would have been, I don't know, more cohesive and pulled together. 2.5. It's definitely sparked some interest for me to look up certain things to find out a little bit more details, but yeah, 2.5. And in terms of Murder on the Orient Express, I haven't really read that much extra today. Like we watched a film earlier, Look Who's Talking Now, which is the third one, because yes, we watched the second one. Never seen either of them before. They're really funny, I enjoy them. And yeah, we just had like a drink out with a couple of friends, so that's it. Making dinner, making a nice delicious steak, and then yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do this evening, but that's update for the moment. The weekend went so fast and it's almost over, but anyway, I am so behind of my today's video for my channel. So I filmed it, my battery died, so I had to charge it, you know, bit of a disaster. I'm about halfway through editing now and it's like 6:25. Guys, I usually post at 5, so yeah, gonna be late. And yes, I need to do that. I'm gonna heat up my dinner. I've got some pizza left over from the other night, so I'm gonna be having that. So at least I don't have to like worry about cooking and stuff. In terms of reading, Murder on the Orient Express, I have 75 pages left, so I definitely think I can get it done tonight. But I need to get this video finished editing. Like I said, I've got about half of it to go. eat because I'm hungry. And then we will get to this, guys. We will get to this. And that's kind of it in terms of updates. Like, I feel like I've maybe forgot to tell you something, maybe. But yes, that's it for the updates. I am going to get on with this editing. Yeah, get on with editing before the reading can recommence. But I want to finish Murder on the Orient Express tonight because, yeah, I want to start the week afresh tomorrow on the new vlog, guys. We're going to do that. But yes, let me get editing. Hey guys, I'm back again. So, finished editing my video, but it's still really long. So I feel like I need to do another like once over because it is like 40 minutes and I feel like this is too long for what the video is. But I finished it like well after 7:30 and I was like, you know what, leave it for now. And I'll get it up for tomorrow at 5. It's still going up, it's not my day, that's fine. Second of all, just finished A Murder on the Orient Express and wow guys, Agatha is done again. So this is my second one, and I read And There Were None Before, and it's another one, it's another just, yeah, she's just, I mean, it's why she's the queen, the murder mystery, you know? And I can see why this is one of the most famous ones, because honestly, you do not see how, that ending, did not see it, couldn't work it out. I was like, who is it, who committed the crime? Did not work it out. Amazing. It's 5 stars, guys, 5 stars. So 2 5 stars in January so far, and like, I mean, I feel this year guys, 2022, I feel like I'm gonna get more 5 stars because last year I didn't get that many. A lot of 4 stars, but not that many like 5 stars, and I already have 2 in 1 month, so I have good feelings for 2022, and this was so good. I need to read more of her books. I've said this already, I do want to try and read them in order at some point, but I think I might read Death on the Nile because the film is out, but then am I going to go to the cinema and watch the film in February? That's the thing. Because I don't think I can fit into February's reading plan, so we'll need to wait and see. So yeah, it's just, and I think I definitely want to read through the Hercule Poirot series because he is a detective. It's like so good. He's just so good, and I think the fact that I also had the audiobook going on as well, you know, it all came together, amazing and fantastic. And now I got that finished during Chloe's reading sprints. It's now like 8:45, and yeah, I don't know what to do now. I normally read before going to bed, but do I start a book? I'm sorry, tired. Oh, do I start a book tonight and then finish it tomorrow? Do I start a book tonight that I'm gonna read as part of like this next week's reading vlog? I don't know. We'll see. But if you've gotten this far, and have you read any Agatha Christie's, let me know what some of your recommendations are, because honestly, I want to read all of the good ones. I mean, I feel like most of them are good, but there's certain ones obviously of hers that stand out, and I think it's this because they are so fantastic. She writes these really great like close murder mystery setting books, and yeah, like great, fantastic. I felt like we got to know the characters so well, got a lot of information, and there was just a lot of Hercule Poirot, you know, finding out what's going on, like asking all these questions. It was so well done, fantastic, and I need more of that in my life. So if you have any recommendations, let me know. I'm gonna end the vlog here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, just comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you don't want to miss any of my videos. And I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.